Alright, hey everybody on YouTube. About to go live on Instagram. Hello, Instagram. What's up? Everybody, come join this little live stream so we can get started. So I'm going to wait for some people to get in here, and then I'm going to start talking about what's going on. Hey, what's up, Manir? Kid BMX. Hey, Anonymous. Or should I say, hey? And then hello people on the Instagram, AJ, Flobby Jab Jab, Nats Carrillo, and Paul. ML, hey everybody, what's up, how's it going? I'm doing well, 2 Watt, doing well, hope you're doing well too. So today is Monday, and for a lot of people in the United States, they're possibly on their lunch break, and so that's kind of the title of this live stream. If you're on Instagram, you can't see the title of my live stream, but on YouTube, the title of the live stream is Lunch Break Warriors. All right, so I'm going to be talking about all the people that make a full-time income only working on their lunch break from their normal job. So if you're on your lunch break right now, that's why I kind of timed this live stream to be during most people's lunch breaks. So if you're watching during your lunch break, then you're a lunch break warrior yourself. So let's see, still more people joining here on Instagram as well on YouTube. So let's see if we can get some more people in here before I start talking about what's going on. So it's gonna be exciting. Aaron, signed up for your course on Saturday. Yeah, I know, I saw you. So you're really enjoying it. Awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying the course. Lots of students are enjoying it. I got a lot of people making some big moves in there, going to be successful very soon. It's actually pretty exciting from a mentor's point of view. So, eating a wow, I don't know what that word is. I've never heard of that kind of sandwich. House Keep Up Co. So, but it sounds healthy, but I'm not sure it sounds like it tastes good. So, but hey Instagram, hey everybody watching on Insta. Awesome. Alright, so we got a decent amount of people in here. So for anybody that wants to sign up for the course off the bat, if you're on Instagram, go to my bio, like my page. It's the link in my bio, alright? And then if anybody wants to sign up on YouTube, go ahead and go to the description, and it's like the second link in there. The first link is a link to my Instagram, so go follow me on Instagram, because I'm also live streaming on Instagram, and I'll be taking questions from Instagram as well as YouTube. So let's see. So Italian ham, that's what that is? Okay. So Italian ham sounds pretty good. I'll have to try that. So I'm always looking for delicious lunch foods to have. So lunch break warriors. All right. So what is a lunch break warrior? So a lunch break warrior is someone that effectively they only work on their side hustle or their entrepreneurship during their lunch break. So most people, at least in the United States, get maybe an hour for lunch. I actually only got a half hour when I was working, but I was a lunch break warrior. So I worked on my Amazon business pretty much only during my lunch break, right? So I would actually have lunch at my desk, and I'd work on my personal laptop during my lunch break, which is totally fine. A lot of companies allow you to bring your own laptop and do stuff as long as you're on break, and that's exactly what I did. So I grew my business over the course of 4 or 5 months just during my lunch break, all right? And then I was able to quit my job. So if you're on lunch right now, you're watching this stream, that means you're a lunch break warrior. You're learning about how to sell on Amazon or how to be an entrepreneur and how to grow your business. So if you're on lunch and you're watching this right now, you're a lunch break warrior, which is awesome. So Dustin says that's what he's been doing for the past month of my engineering job. Dustin, you are me 6 months ago. All right, that's what I was doing. I was working at my engineering job, just working on my lunch break. So it's really cool. I know a lot of people here are on lunch and they're watching this, so that's exciting. So what can you do during your lunch break to excel your entrepreneurship, to excel your income and grow online, right? So there's a lot of different things that you can do during that hour for lunch, or half hour, however long that you might get for lunch. So what can you do to grow your income? So the biggest thing, of course, in this what I do is sell on Amazon, right? So I'm gonna obviously try to put that idea into your mind because that's what I do, and it's great. So what you can do is you can do research, and that's probably one of the easiest and most time-consuming parts of selling on Amazon is actually finding a product to sell, right? So you can use Jungle Scout, or you can use different methods that I've talked about on my YouTube channel. There's a ton of different ways to do product research. So if you spend an hour, just 1 hour every day, you can usually find a product in less than a week, maybe a couple weeks, right? And then after that, it's even easier, right? If you spend just 1 hour a day, once you have that product in mind and you're just negotiating with suppliers, or if you're just negotiating with shippers, freight forwarders, getting things in, setting things up, it becomes a lot easier. So definitely when you're starting, using that lunch break hour to just do a little product research can really get the ball rolling. And I know a lot of people don't want to waste their lunch break. They want to like take a break from work, right? They're like, man, I've been working all morning. I just want to like not think about work, and I want to just sit down and eat my lunch. But in reality, that is only going to continue. And if that's the life that you want forever, if you just want to work and then have your lunch break and then just that be it, then by all means, just enjoy your break. But if you want to create a life that's a little more enjoyable, maybe, or you're making more money and you're able to do the things that you want to do, travel, see friends and family more often, not have to work as much, then would you sacrifice an hour a day to get there? Would you? Honestly, answer me in chat. Would you be willing to sacrifice an hour a day to create the life that you want to have? Let's say in 6 months. An hour a day for the next 6 months. An hour a day for the next year. Or something like that. Is that something that anybody in here would even be willing to do? Or am I just talking nonsense and no one cares about what I'm talking about? Because that's absolutely possible. So I got yeses. I got of course, I got absolutelys. So, and I knew that you guys would, because you're watching this, of course you're interested in what I have to say. But it's always good just to get some feedback from you guys to know that what I'm talking about isn't just total BS. Yeah, so I mean, it's great. So if you really want to create that life for yourself, you have to invest, right? And you have to invest time into that life that you want. So like you might start off, and I have that I Heart NY shirt that I got in New York. So everybody that thinks I didn't go to New York or whatever, it was on Snapchat. Everybody saw it on Snap, but I've definitely got a ton of stuff. Oh, I got Daniel on Instagram. He's one of my students, so I should probably answer him, right? Jordan, why should I use a shipping agency if the manufacturer can do that? So Daniel, you can use the shipping that your supplier or your manufacturer suggests, but most times it's cheaper to actually book with your own freight forwarder. So compare quotes. If they have a good opportunity and it's cheaper, then go with what your manufacturer says. But always check quotes for sure. So where was I? Let's see. Yeah, so you have to invest time. And think about it like this. Like I said, an hour a day for the next 6 months. I don't know how many hours that is. That's 30 times 6. That's what is that, like less than 200, I guess. Less than 200 hours, right? Which sounds like a lot, but with just an hour a day for the next 6 months, and you can create that life that you want. And I mean, and then you basically have all the hours you could ever want for the rest of your life. So I don't know. It makes sense to actually sacrifice a little bit of time now to enjoy time later, right? So David says, look at the room and the videos. Does he look like a millionaire? David, that's very true. I know that my living room does not look like I'm filthy rich. I am currently tied into this lease, and I signed this lease before I started entrepreneurship, so I was still stuck in this lease. I'm stuck in this lease until September. In September, I'm moving. So in my last live stream, I talked about where I'm moving and all that kind of stuff. But I think you'll find it a little more appealing. I know I do. I've got a few pictures of the place I'm moving to, so I might post those on my Instagram if anybody's interested in seeing the place that I'm moving to. But I'll definitely upload a video about it whenever I move in September. So a couple months from now, actually, almost exactly 2 months. So, but yeah. So I know that this room doesn't look like I'm a millionaire, and that's because you know, I signed this lease before I even started my entrepreneurship journey. And yeah, many rich people don't waste their money on houses, cars, but reinvest in their business, and that's totally true. So like, a really good rule of thumb for investing and spending money is don't spend more than 20 to 25% of your income on the place that you rent or the place that you live. So like, if you're making, if you only make, let's say you make, I don't know, let's say you make $4,000 a month. All right, that's somewhat average for an American salary, I guess, maybe $3,000 or $4,000 a month. You don't want to spend more than a quarter of that on your living, right? So on your rent or on your, mortgage. And then you don't want to spend more than 10% on your car. Okay, so if you're not making a ton of money, you shouldn't be spending a ton of money. It's obvious. So, and then, Daniel again asked on Instagram, he says, out of my income on Amazon, how many percent are you reinvesting in your business? Probably about 90 something. I reinvest almost everything that I make. So basically, my profits come in, I pay my bills and I pay my rent, and then everything else gets reinvested back into the business. And then of course, I'm looking to invest in YouTube as well as my students. So creating better content, creating better footage. Like for example, I just bought these umbrella lights. So you can see umbrella lights. Only Instagram can see that because I can pick them up. But so I just bought those recently, and I'm gonna look to get a new camera to film videos. Get a green screen, get everything like that. So always reinvesting in making better content for my viewers on YouTube and Instagram, and of course my students that are in my program. So that's mostly what I spend a lot of my profits on, is just reinvesting in better stuff, better content, and of course into growing my business. Let's see. Hi, I'm from Bangladesh. Hey, from Bangladesh. How's it going? Let's see. So question on Instagram is, what was your initial cost to get started on Amazon? So I spent pretty much nothing. I started selling stuff out of my house. So this was back when I was in college. I was just selling stuff right out of my apartment. So just stuff I didn't use anymore, stuff that maybe I'd bought in the past and just didn't need. And so, you could start with that. Realistically, if you want to like get going really fast, a few $100s will do it. If you want to start private label, maybe 1,000, but definitely less than 1,000. Can get you going pretty fast. Paul just set up his LLC, starting very soon. Awesome, Paul. All right. As a student, how do I contact you? You can contact me via email. All right, so my email is listed in the course content, and it's also you can always post on the private group as well, and I'll usually definitely get back to you there. Since Flexport is currently not taking new customers, do you have any recommendations for freight forwarding? Yes. If you're in my program, I made a whole new video about freight forwarding now that Flexport's kind of closed until October. But if you're not in the program, basically I used One Trade Logistics is the company that I used for a while before I used Flexport. So One Trade Logistics, like the number one and then Trade Logistics. And they were really good, and I want to point out that, a lot of people go to these freight forwarders websites and they say, oh, this website doesn't look legit, blah, blah, blah. None of their websites look legit. Flexport looks legit because they're like one of the only companies that's like actually keeping up with internet trends. But all these other forwarders, they've been doing this for 20 or 30 plus years. And so they're not with the times as far as internet. That does not mean they don't do a good job. They do a really good job. They get things done. They've imported millions of products, and they can, you know, they do a good job. So just because their website looks kind of, you know, crappy doesn't mean that they're bad at their job or not legit. Let's see, how do I get in the private group? So the private group is part of my mentorship program. So if you join the program, then you get access to the private group, and that's, you can check that out in the link below the live stream here on YouTube. See, Joey, what's up, Joey? Do you send your PL products right to Amazon or to your home? If you send them right to Amazon, do you produce pictures? Oh, how do you produce pictures for listing? So that's a good question, Joey. A lot of people ask that. If you're sending your products directly to Amazon, which is what I recommend, because, you know, it's kind of hard to go through everything in your house, then you can actually have your supplier send you like one unit, right? And it might cost a little in shipping, like it might cost like $100 in shipping or something, but typically your supplier can send you like 1 or 2 products even before they send out the big shipment to Amazon, so that you can use those to take your pictures. You can even have those sent directly to your photographer if you want to hire a photographer, and they can take the pictures. So part of the mentorship program as of past Friday. All right, congrats. I'm glad you're in. You haven't watched all the videos yet, okay? But I didn't see anything about the group chat. Okay, so in the program, it's under the second lecture. All right, so the first lecture is that introduction, and then the second lecture is like the list of all the different programs that I use and all the different tools that I like to use. It's like at the very top of that is the link to the group. So just click on there and then request to join, and I'll add you. Let's see. On Instagram, Jordan, have you ever tried Amazon Scout? Can you give us a comparison between Amazon Scout and Jingle Scout? Jingle Scout, Jingle Scout, Jingle Scout. No, I'm sure he meant Jungle Scout. So Amazon Scout's okay. I like it about as much as I like that other one. There's another one besides Jungle Scout and Amazon Scout that I just can't remember. Or maybe it is Amazon Scout. If it is, I don't really like it. Like, I've tried out a lot of different sourcing tools, and I still like Jungle Scout. Jungle Scout was one of the first ones that I used, and it's really fast, it's really efficient, and it's good at finding products, at least in the ways that I like to use it for. So I've tried out a lot of different ones, and I still like Jungle Scout the most. As far as speed, like Amazon Scout was kind of slow, and so was Amaze Owl, I think. Yeah, Amaze Owl or Almazing. No, it's Amaze Owl. It was just really slow, and I didn't like that I had to download stuff on my computer and then it was like running. And I still like Jungle Scout the most, above all the sourcing programs out there. Did you start as sole trader or private company? I started out as a sole proprietor, just using my own information on Amazon, and then I founded an LLC, and then I used, and yes, I did use my home address, but I also, when I actually registered, I used a registered agent, which is about $100 a year, and they let you use your address, so you kind of mask your address, so not like everybody knows where you live, which is cool. Yeah, Unicorn Smasher is another alternative to Jungle Scout, but it's not nearly as accurate as the Chrome extension for Jungle Scout. Like I've tested it, and so have a ton of different people. It's just like it's honestly pretty inaccurate. Like I wouldn't base any decisions off of Unicorn Smasher. It can be useful to like gauge stuff, but it's not nearly as accurate. Let's see. Daniel says he's been in my course for about a week. I know, and he's very confident about my not one but two. Yeah. So Daniel's actually he's gonna launch 2 private label products, and we've talked about it, about what he's gonna do, and it's pretty exciting. So I'm excited to see what he's gonna do and how those are gonna sell, because I think they're gonna work out pretty well for him. So that's exciting for him. Is someone vacuuming? So it's the leaf blower guy outside. So like if you guys ever if you watched my first live stream, you know about the leaf blower guy. Normally he's only here on Friday, but for some reason he's here, and today's night, it's Monday, you know, and so I don't know why he's out there, but he's out there blowing the leaves. So hopefully he'll stop pretty soon. But no, it's no vacuum. It's It's this stupid leaf blower guy. Let's see. What do you do? What do you use to bring more traffic to your newly listed product? Amazon. Do you know about Amazon Vendor? Yes, Amazon Vendor Express is like amazing, and not many people talk about it. Yeah, but I agree. So I definitely Amazon Vendor Express is awesome. As far as bringing in more traffic, really pay-per-click advertising on Amazon is probably the best way, just because it makes sense. It's already on the platform, and yeah. Did you already move out? No, I haven't moved out. This is the same room that all my videos are shot in. So my new apartment has got it's uptown Dallas, and it's got like floor-to-ceiling windows, and I think it's on the 11th floor of a high-rise building. So it's pretty nice, and I moved there in September. Have you ever got sued? No, I haven't been sued before. Getting sued on Amazon's not very common. Most people just send you like a cease and desist, and then you stop, and that's the end of that. So you really have to be obnoxious and like keep selling products that you're not supposed to, and breaking a lot of laws before you actually get sued. That lifestyle ninja paid him to mess up your live stream? I don't think so. Kevin's a nice guy. I mean, I don't know him, but he seems like a nice guy. I don't think he would go out of his way to sabotage my live stream by hiring a leaf blower. But I think he's moved on. I can barely hear him now, so he's like moved away. Hopefully he's gone. Oh no, he's still out there. He tried to start selling stuff on Letgo. There seems to be a lot of sketchy people on there. Yeah, Eric, there is sketchy people on Letgo because it's local stuff. So like it's the same as Craigslist basically. There's always gonna be sketchy people. That's why I like Amazon, because like you don't actually interact with the customers. You kind of just sell stuff, and then Amazon deals with the customer service. Let's see. So Jordan, I'm running to an issue in AliExpress. Shipping take 20-30 days. Yeah, if you're shipping from AliExpress, then you're definitely going to look at it around a month for shipping. So leaf blower guy's back. So for the long shipping, just let the customer that buys your product know that it's going to take like a month for shipping. And if you're selling on eBay, it's not a big deal. I remember back a long time ago, several years ago, eBay, like everything was shipped out of China, and everything took a month, and no one cared. No one really cares on eBay. So but don't do it on Amazon. People on Amazon expect 2-day shipping, or definitely less than a week. Let's say, is there a way to factor in customs into the price and have it waived for the customer? Customs into the price. So you mean like import customs, I'm assuming? Yeah, you can estimate customs fees if you find a forwarder that can estimate customs, but it depends on the product entirely. So every different kind of product's gonna have different like percentage fees and stuff like that. Is your course better than Tanner Fox's? Obviously I'm gonna say yes, because I mean I'm biased. I know Tanner's updating his course and adding stuff, but as far as I know, he's still only private label. So he's only teaching private label in his course. And my course teaches arbitrage and wholesale as well. So you get the private label, you get all the same stuff, but then you get arbitrage and you get wholesale in my program. So I'm not going to say mine's better than his, because that's poor. That's just stupid. I'm not going to do that. Do I need a license or permit because of taxes and laws? So you're gonna want to talk to a lawyer about that. I don't want to get into legal territory. What's your Instagram? My Instagram is Joko Serious Jordan, and it is the first link if you're watching on YouTube. First link in the description. Yeah, Joko Serious Jordan is my Instagram. And Joko Serious, the reason that is because Joko Serious means half joking and half serious at the same time, which like totally defines my personality. I'm always half kidding, but I'm also always half serious about things. And so if you ask any of my friends that know me in person, they know that that's totally accurate. What's the difference between wholesale and private label? So wholesale and private label are two pretty different things. Wholesale is when you buy a bunch of products that are already existing, that are already made like made brands, like already established brands, and you buy from their manufacturer, right? It has to be their legitimate manufacturer. So you have to go to the brand owner and ask where you can buy their products wholesale from. You buy those in bulk and then you sell those. Whereas private label is you create your own brand entirely. So you're not selling under someone else's brand name. You're making your entirely own brand name. Sorry, man, I gotta go. I wish I didn't have to. It sucks, man. I'm glad you came to stop by, but I'll see you later. I'm sorry you gotta go. Gotta go back to work off that lunch break. Lunch break's over, you know. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see. Is there a word for 85% serious, 15% I'll murder your family? That defines my personality. That's really scary. 15% I'll murder your family is pretty scary. I mean, that's all serious. Like, is there any joking involved there, or is it just I'm serious and then I'm gonna kill you and everybody you love? Is that like kind of what's going on? Congrats on 50K. Thanks, Tanner. I just passed 50K like a couple days ago. So I'm looking towards 60K now. So I'm getting about 300 or 400 subscribers a day, and that's exciting. So constantly growing the channel, which is awesome. Let's see, how long does Amazon take to pay you? They pay every 2 weeks. They pay every 2 weeks. Let's see, keep up good work. You inspired me to start FBA. Awesome, and my first order is soon to arrive. I'm so excited. Congrats, Benjamin. Congrats on your first order sending in. Tanner's jealous of my subscribers. He gets 200 a day is pretty good for sure. You know, it doesn't beat my 300 to 400, but it's still pretty good, I would say. You really just need to post like some super viral video that like gets hundreds of thousands of views, and that's what I did, and that helps a lot. Let's see, how much is your course and how long is the course itself? So the course is normally $697, but for everybody watching this live stream, whether you're on YouTube or whether you're on Instagram, you can get it for 25% off if you use the code 25OFF. All right, so when you go to checkout, just use 25 OFF in all caps, and you'll get a quarter off of the sale price. So it ends up being, you know, around the same price as most other courses and stuff like that. Let's see. I'm on a guard shift. It'll be the last here. Daniel, that's awesome. Watching from your guard shift. Let's see. Do you have to hire a broker for shipments? No, you don't have to hire a broker. You can do what's it? You can have your supplier ship it for you, so you don't need to technically hire a broker. Yeah, Tanner, I saw that video you posted with the same title, and mine went viral. Yeah, it does feel bad. Honestly, like there's a lot of weird stuff with YouTube. Like you can't predict that kind of stuff. Like it almost seems random, but I feel like it's not. But I really, you know, I don't know for sure. It's kind of cool though. I need to turn my fan on. It's getting warm in here. Let's see. How do you earn $100 a day by investing $500? If you only have $500 to start, you're not going to be able to get $100 a day right off the bat. You're going to want to grow that up to several $1,000s by reinvesting your earnings. So, yeah. So just start now with selling on Amazon, and then just grow it up. Yeah, I think a really good title for a video would be like how to make $1 million a day as like a broke 7-year-old or something like that. You know, I feel like that'd get a lot of views. But also, I'm not sure that people would. The thing with clickbait is you can't go too far, otherwise people smell BS from a mile away. That's for sure. Let's see. Social Sprouter asks on Instagram, any tips on growing a YouTube channel? Yeah, I was actually thinking about, you know, from all my success on YouTube and making a passive income from the womb, shockingly easy. Yeah, that's a good one. That's pretty funny. As far as growing a YouTube channel, I was actually thinking about it, and let me know if anyone's interested in this. I'm thinking about making like a course, you know, like a mini course for growing your YouTube channel. I don't know if it wouldn't be nearly as costly as my Amazon course, just because like you can't see as big a returns on YouTube. I don't think as you can on Amazon. But yeah, I was thinking about making like how to grow your YouTube following, or build your like personal brand, because it's not just YouTube, so you can build your personal brand on any channel, like any media channel that you want. I would say YouTube's probably the biggest right now. But yeah, so like, is anybody interested? Is anyone interested in like a sort of like program, either a mentorship or maybe like a a course on building up your YouTube? So I don't know if that's even something that could. I don't know if that's something that anybody would even want to see. But yeah, I did grow my YouTube channel to about 50,000 subscribers in a little over a month. So, yeah. So I've got some experience. I've been on YouTube for over a decade actually. So I know all the algorithms inside and out. So you should write a book. Yeah, Gabe, I've been thinking about writing a book. It's just I'm super busy all the time, and writing a book takes a lot of time. But yeah, maybe once I settle down in my new apartment and like get everything settled out, and start, having a little more free time, then I'll probably get around to writing a book. What topic should I write a book on though, is the real question. So I don't know if anybody's got any good ideas for a book, Let's see, how long have you been online FBA? I've been selling on FBA since, it's been about a year. I like your beard, thank you. I grew it myself. So, what are you busy with? So I'm busy with the program, of course. I'm busy helping my students. That's almost full-time in itself. But of course, growing other entrepreneur opportunities and investing and allocating assets. So like those things take time, and lending club and investment, like stock investing and stuff like that. So it's just it's a lot of different stuff, but it's a lot going on. I love all of it. It's a lot of fun, but I just don't have a ton of free time, especially to write a book. But I'd love to write a book. That'd be something I definitely want to do in the future. Marketing with a toddler mindset. That's a pretty good name for a book right there. Yeah, it is crazy that I've been on YouTube for decades. So like, not this channel. Obviously, this channel is less. I think this channel is only 6 months old, and really, I only started getting serious with this channel just maybe a couple months ago. So to grow it to 50,000 in just 6 weeks maybe is pretty crazy. And so I know a lot of people have been asking how I did it. So that's why I've been kind of tossing around the idea of making like a in-depth growing your YouTube channel kind of like program or course or something like that. But I don't know how many people would actually even be interested in something like that. So I don't know if I'll end up doing it. Let's see, any problems getting products through customs? I haven't personally had any problems getting my products through customs, just because like I know ahead of time that they're gonna have certain fees attached. So as long as you pay the customs fee before they get there or when they get there, then you won't have any problems. And if you use a good forwarder, they'll take care of all the custom stuff. So like, it's not a big deal. Let's see. Yeah, YouTube channel growth is a new market. I agree. A lot of big businesses are trying to grow their channel, and they suck at it. Honestly, like here's an idea for a marketing agency, is to just focus on YouTube. Like, I know social media marketing is pretty big, but YouTube marketing is huge. So like, if you get good at YouTube marketing and you know what to do and you know how to grow a YouTube channel, you can absolutely you make a business out of that. You can approach big businesses and say, hey, you say that you can grow their YouTube channel for them. So pretty cool. Can I sell replicas on Amazon? That's gonna be it's kind of gray. If you make sure it's a replica and you're like saying that it has nothing to do with the original, possibly. But you can get into legal trouble selling replicas anywhere, not just on Amazon. Yeah, I blocked the guy that kept on saying hacked. I don't know why he's doing that. I don't know, maybe his account was actually hacked, and then, but I have no idea. Let's see, 110. I think that's gajillion people would be interested in those videos. What kind of videos are you talking about? Videos about, just interested in those videos. I'm not sure, on Instagram, I'm not sure which videos you're talking about there. Let's see. The book title, 50 Shades of Grey Marketing. 50 Shades of Grey Marketing. All right, that's a good book title. I like that. I'll keep that one in mind. I should be writing some of these down, I think, you know. Let's see, where do you reinvest your money? So I allocate assets in a bunch of different places. So of course I reinvest in Amazon business. I also reinvest into my students by creating like better quality videos, better quality content just in general. So like I buy new camera, new lights, new stuff like that. And then of course, I reinvest in like, you know, stock market, lending club, P2P lending, real estate and stuff like that. Let's see, what's your biggest mistake you are seeing new Amazon sellers making? Okay, good question, Richard. If you're a new seller and you don't know what you're doing as far as like the rules and stuff, I just see a lot of sellers breaking the rules. So when you first start out, you know, just read the Amazon terms of service and follow those to a T, because a lot of people, they get banned and they get suspended from their accounts for you know, just the stupidest stuff, you know, like drop shipping and then like not putting in tracking numbers. People get, I mean, the thing is on Amazon, if you get suspended for life, you're done. Like they know your IP address, they know your name, they know your social security number. Like you're not gonna be able to sell on there anymore. So don't let that scare you from starting. Like definitely get started selling, but just know the rules. And a lot of new sellers don't know the rules. And that's another reason that I started the mentorship program that I have, is so that, you know, people learn the rules, right? Like I go over, here's the terms of service, like here's what you need to not do, and here's the mistakes to avoid. But there's of course, you know, people that still break all the rules and then they get suspended, and that's it. Let's see, do you use Robinhood? Yes, I use Robinhood, and I also use Betterment. So those are the two that I use for stock trading and investing. So Shopify, I got a couple questions on my thoughts on Shopify. So Shopify, I don't think it's as viable as Amazon for two reasons. Amazon is huge. It's going to be the first $1 trillion company. They're growing at an exponential rate. Their customer base is growing so much that they actually can't keep up with demand. They need new sellers to come on. So, you know, people ask me if the Amazon market's saturated, and I say no. Like, if anything, it's less saturated than it was 5 years ago because of the growth in customers, right? So, like, Amazon needs more sellers to come on and sell to the customers that are buying on Amazon. So, so I don't really like Shopify for that reason, and plus it takes a huge ad budget to get off the ground. So, you know, I see there's lots of people that, you know, they're like, oh, I made $1 million, $2 million, $5 million selling on Shopify. Like, that's cool to post your sales in that, to post your sales on Shopify. Ask those people how much they spent on ads, because it's going to be a very large percentage of that. Let's see, should I jump on the Amazon stock? Yeah, I invest in Amazon stock on the stock market, as well as obviously I sell on Amazon. So yeah, I'm fully invested on Amazon, and I want to see their success as much as possible. Like their acquisition of Whole Foods, I actually heard about it while I was eating in Whole Foods. So like I'm in Whole Foods, I'm having, you know, lunch at the little bar there, and like I think I was having like maybe a salad or a chicken salad or something, and I get this notification on my phone saying that Amazon just bought Whole Foods, and I look up and I'm like, wow, Amazon owns this place. And so it's pretty crazy. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Whole Foods, if they're going to like redo the whole everything, you know, because like I like to shop at Whole Foods. It's got, you know, really healthy food and stuff. So it'd be cool if Amazon could bring those prices down, because, you know, the thing that a lot of people don't like about Whole Foods is that it's expensive. So let's see. Who do you use for generating barcodes, and what's the cost? If you're talking about UPCs, then you want to get them from GS1 according to Amazon's terms of service. Now, of course, a lot of people bend the rules and they get them secondhand from like Speedy Barcodes or Barcode Mania or eBay or whatever. And, you know, so you definitely want to look into getting them legitimately. Yeah, Whole Foods does look old. Amazon, I'm sure, will make it look more modern. So I don't know if anybody has ever seen an Amazon store. Amazon has stores, and I saw one when I was in New York. It was like the first time I'd ever seen one, and they are really cool. Okay, so hopefully they'll make Whole Foods look like that because their stores are awesome. Let's see. Jordan, just want to say thanks for your honesty and being so open to your followers. I've learned more from your videos than any other. Thanks. You're welcome, Herbert. I try to just be upfront with all of my followers, all of my students. Like, I'm not trying to, trick anybody into doing anything that I wouldn't do myself. So anything that I recommend anybody do, it's stuff that I've either done myself or am currently doing. And so I'm not going to like lead anybody astray, at least intentionally, of course. Any experience day trading? So I did day trade a little bit when I was in college. Made a little bit of profit. But it was a little more time consuming than I wanted it to be. I felt like I was like on the computer, like watching stock trends go up and down all day. So I didn't really like day trading. I like more like long-term investing, and that's kind of where the big wealth money's at anyways. Like day trading's cool, and it's kind of like fun to talk about with your friends, but it's not like a long-term thing, Let's see. What does reserved mean in my inventory? Reserved means, it can mean a couple things. It can mean that it's being forwarded to a different fulfillment center. It can mean that it's purchased and that it's being processed, or it can mean fulfillment. If you go into inventory and then you go into FBA inventory, you can actually get and then you scroll down to that item, you can actually see what exactly it's being reserved for. So that is what reserved means. Let's see. What's up, Jordan? What's up, Jay? How's it going? Let's see. How do I start selling 5 to 10 products earning $50? You could sell 5 products at $10 profit, or you could sell 10 products at $5 profit, and that's going to get you your $50. Yeah, just start selling on Amazon and get 5 to 10 products making that kind of profit. Let's see. By the way, Jordan, one of the international videos coming, I'm super excited. So yeah, Daniel, I know I told you I was going to do those international videos like last week, but I'm probably not getting around to it until this week. So I plan on adding, like, if you're not in the United States or you're not in a country that has Amazon locally, I'm planning on adding new content to my program that talks about like what to do if you're an international seller. So like, you're not in the United States, how do you sell on Amazon, right? And like, you absolutely can, and a lot of people do it, and I've got several students that live in other countries and sell here in the United States, but it can kind of complicated. So I'm probably going to add some videos to that pretty soon. Let's see, what was your why on the reason you started? As far as the why, I really just didn't like the monotony of everyday job. So like, I liked my job. I was an engineer for like 6 months, and I enjoyed it. I liked the people I worked with. I just didn't like the every single day wake up at the same time, put on the same clothes, go to the same place, see the same people, do the same thing, leave at the same time. It's just monotony, all day monotony. And so I didn't like that. I wanted to be able to plan my own day. I wanted to be able to work on my own time, and also wanted to work less. 40 plus hours a week is a lot of time in my opinion, and so I didn't want to work that much. And yeah, maybe it's because I'm lazy. That's probably the case. I am a pretty lazy person, so like I don't work that much. But yeah, I mean that's probably the why. It's just laziness, and I didn't like the monotony. Are you selling on other Amazon markets like UK? So I'm not selling on UK or Canada because the US is the biggest market. So I just sell on the United States market. Let's see, are you working less than 40 hours now? Yeah, so I definitely work less than 40 hours now. Well, okay, define work, because I spend a lot of time, like, making content for YouTube or live stream, like, would you consider what I'm doing right now work? Like just sitting down, talking with all my viewers, answering questions, just having a good time. I don't really consider that work, so I'd say no. But maybe, I mean, I work as much as I want to, so that's kind of the goal there. what's the process Amazon does if you have a defect product that someone asks for a refund on? So Amazon will just take the refund, they'll reimburse the customer, and they'll charge your account. And then they'll either put that back in inventory or they'll say it's defective, and then you can recall it. So like it just depends on it depends on if the product's actually defective. But Amazon handles all the refunds and all the returns for you. Let's see. I've done the Ali to eBay thing, but nothing seems to be selling. What should you do? So Ali to eBay can be a little tricky, especially when you're finding new products to sell. Probably the best thing to do is to look for the best sellers on eBay, right, or the best sellers on AliExpress, and see if you can like use those. So you save us from spamming you on mail with these streams. Yeah, that's true. I really don't get a ton. I mean, I get a ton of emails, but I think a lot of my students follow the course pretty well, and so like it's a pretty good understanding, and the questions that I get are usually very specific as far as like the questions I get from students in emails. So like I think that kind of covers it. But like I love doing streams and being able to answer questions from Daniel here in my streams. So any other students that are watching this live stream, let's see some hands up. I don't know if there's any other students. I know Daniel's here watching on Instagram. I saw Joey in here somewhere on YouTube. Let's see. Recommended books. Shoot, where are my books? Okay, all my books are in my room. But I just got hard copies of, and I've already read all these, but Dot-Com Secrets, Rich Dad Poor Dad, highly 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and How to Win Friends and Influence People. So those are like the top 4, man. Those are like the best 4 books if you want to be an entrepreneur. Like those kind of just get you through the mindset shift that you have to make in order to be successful. Like so many people are like ingrained in this mindset that they have to like work every day. They have to go to college to get a job, to work, to like continue this monotonous cycle. And those 4 books will really break you out of that habit of thinking. And if you want to get out of that cycle, because everybody thinks like that. Like I mean, if you're in the middle class or lower, like you're gonna think like that. Unless you were raised in the 1%, you're not gonna think like the 1%. So you have to stop doing things that 99% of people do, and you have to start acting like the 1%. You have to start thinking like the 1%, because they don't think the same way that normal people do. Let's see. Do you read on Kindle? No. Yes. I used to read on Kindle and ebooks and stuff, but I like having hard copies. Hard copies are fun because I can like write in them notes, and I know that you can do that on like tablets and stuff, but I like having the hard copies like sitting on the bookshelf, so like I can go pick it up, grab it. It makes for good like talking conversation when I have people over and stuff like that. Let's see. Just finished your course. Awesome. I'm glad you finished, Mike. Read most of those books. They're great. Yeah, no, they're definitely great. Is your course available for Android app? You can't access my course on like if you use like just the Chrome browser on Android. You can access it from your phone. You can access it from any phone. So yeah. So you can do the whole program on your phone as well. Would you consider yourself part of the 1%? So, I mean, it's basically like, at least in America, so like in the world, I think if you make more than like $30,000 a year, you're considered the top 1%, because there's just so many poor people in the world, which sucks. It sucks to be that poor. It really sucks. But in the United States, in order to be the top 1%, you have to make like $450,000 a year. And I'm probably pretty close to that. I really don't know, to be honest. We'll see at the end of the year how much money I made this year, but probably pretty close. As far as mindset thinking, yeah, definitely. I definitely think I feel like I think like the 1% as far as like, making decisions and stuff. So let's see. What's the biggest mindset shift? There's so many. The biggest mindset shift. That's probably going to be the realization that you know, work, basically having your money work for you versus like working for money. And I know that that's like super obvious, and that's what like everybody says, but actually thinking that and actually like, you know, using your money wisely so that it makes returns for you versus like working. So like, you know, I can go get a job and work 40 hours a week and make, you know, $1,000, or I can invest that, you know, same $1,000 and make another $1,000 in a few months, you know. So like you got to think having your money work for you versus working for your money. But yeah, the poverty to rich mindset shift is definitely very important. Let's see, can you repeat the names of those books you recommend? Hold on one second. I'm actually going to go grab the books from my room so that everybody can see them. Okay, so books. Actually, there's one. I'm missing one. Where's my 7 Habits book? I don't know where 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is. I read it so much that I like carry it around with me, and I probably left it somewhere. But 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, probably a big one. Dot-com Secrets, Russell Brunson. So if you're thinking about marketing at all online, or building your business online at all, big one right here. Let's see. Instant classic, How to Win Friends and Influence People, by Dale Carnegie. Very, very big one. And I see someone already posted this one. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. All right, this is another instant classic. I have like I got the cool version that's got these like cool pages. You can't see it on stream, but it's like, I don't know, it's got cool pages. And then of course, if you're interested in real estate at all, or really, this one isn't super about real estate. It's about just, this is definitely a mindset shift book. And this is Rich Dad Poor Dad, right, by Robert Kiyosaki. Great book. So those are probably my top 4. And then, of course, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which I don't know where it is. I think it's probably in my backpack or something. But those are probably the top 5 there. Yeah, I use dollar sign. I use dollar bills as bookmarks, because, you know, money is, you know, knowledge is money. So reading is money, and I like to be reminded of that whenever I'm reading. So I use dollar bills as my bookmarks. I actually, for some of my other books, I think for 7 Habits, I actually have a $20 bill as the bookmark, because it's that valuable. You know, it's incredibly valuable book. It's worth way more than I paid for it. I think I paid like $7 for that book, and it's like worth so much more than that. Like that book, I would gladly pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for that book. Like seriously, like I'm not affiliated with the book. I'm not like trying to get you guys to go buy the book or whatever, because obviously I'm not selling it. It's not my book. But that book, like if you find a good book, that is worth a lot of money. A lot of money. Let's see, just pure interest. How much % do you add to your products because of import duties in the U.S.? Not a lot. Import duties in the U.S., if you're importing from China and it's certain products, you can actually pay 0 to like maybe 7%, possibly a little more. But yeah, I know in Germany you've got the VAT tax, and you also got higher import tax. That's why I recommend selling in the United States, because we've got a little more open market, less socialism, and less like government interference and stuff. So Robert Kiyosaki's wife, wrote a book called Rich Women. So Kim Kiyosaki, if you're a lady and you want to be a successful entrepreneur, I'd recommend reading Rich Woman. How old am I? I'm 23, turning 24 this September. So I'm actually, I turned 20, my 24th birthday is like the week after I move into my new apartment. So I'm probably going to throw like a huge rager and it's going to be sick. Or I'll probably just end up sitting at home and reading books. I don't know. It's going to be one of those 2 things. I'm either going to probably just have some friends over and we'll hang out. Let's see, you can't drop ship seeds because of customs. Yeah, so you can't drop ship organic goods typically across borders. I'm in Canada and planning to sell on Amazon. Any advice? Kaval, so I'd say, if that's how you pronounce your name, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. But if you're in Canada, I would actually start selling on the Canadian marketplace, and you can actually expand into the United States pretty easily. So, set up shop in Canada, maybe get some sales going, expand into the US, because the US is the biggest market in the world right now. See, what initial costs are there before selling on Amazon? Insurance, setting up a company, etc. So Sam, if you're in the United States, you can actually start effectively for free. You can open an individual account, so you don't even have to pay the $40. And then you don't technically need to open an LLC if you're selling as an individual. You can just put in your social security number on Amazon. Like I said, for legal advice, seek out a lawyer, because I don't want to get in trouble by giving anyone legal advice. But you don't need to spend a ton of money to get started. If you're in another country, you're international, then you probably will have to spend a decent amount of money to start up, just because you have to set up a company in order to even register on Amazon. So you can't actually register in the US marketplace unless you have a United States business address and business account and stuff like that. Can you do a series on YouTube going through the process of creating and selling on Amazon? So that's exactly what my mentorship program is. It's not on YouTube, it's on my own website, but that's what my mentorship program is. It's like a start to finish, like everything you would ever need to know about selling on Amazon. Is drop shipping still viable for income? So which types do you recommend? Yeah, so drop shipping is absolutely viable. You hear about all these Shopify people doing tons of money. I don't really recommend Shopify, but you can drop ship down over to you can drop ship to eBay, and that's definitely helpful as far as picking up some extra money for sure. I did drop shipping for a while in college and made a few $1,000s from it in just a few months. So it's definitely, you can pick up extra money pretty easily. SaleWho, yeah, you can use SaleWho. That would be more if you wanted to use your own private website versus on eBay. So I like using eBay and Amazon because they have their own traffic. So you don't have to spend a ton of money in ads to get traffic to your site. Jordan, my goal is to be in the United States a year from now. I'll visit you and give you a handshake and a high five. Awesome, Daniel. I'm excited to meet you in person. That'd be pretty cool. Let's see. How do you sell on the U.S. marketplace being Canada? If you set up business in Canada, you can expand into the United States pretty easily. In Seller Central, you actually just hit sell on the United States, and it'll add you on there. So that's pretty cool. Where to start with no upfront money besides Ali to eBay? So if you don't want to do drop shipping and you don't have any money, you can always get a job, right? Like a normal job, and save up some money. If you want to, stick with the entrepreneurial type, make money online stuff, you can definitely get a paid Facebook group and try to get some people to join that and charge a monthly fee. And that's what I talked about in my most recent video that I uploaded on Friday. Let's see, have your college experience helped with online marketing? Not at all. I studied electrical engineering, so I didn't learn anything about online marketing in college. Let's see, what advice do you have to get more sales for eBay dropship listings? So the thing with eBay is there's not a lot of traffic compared to Amazon. So you have more traffic than you would have if you made your own website. But compared to Amazon, it's just less. So there's really not much you can do as far as getting more sales on eBay. You just have to pick a product that's already selling well and then just kind of go from there. How did you find a lawyer you can trust? I picked a local lawyer here in Dallas that I just met with. We had a little 15-minute consultation. I told him what I needed, and he was like, yeah, I can do that. So I'm paying him, so I trust him for that. Let's see, what are your bigger business plans? So I'd like to be making maybe $100,000 a month. But yeah, there's a lot of different business plans, depending on the time frame and stuff. So Oh, it looks like Instagram is dying in 15 seconds. If you're watching on Instagram, head over to YouTube because unfortunately Instagram only allows me to stream for an hour and then it like just ends. So like there's nothing I can do. So anyways, Instagram's shutting off. So go see me on YouTube. All right, so Instagram's done. It's dead. Unfortunately, I hate that it doesn't let you do that. I might start live streaming on Facebook. What's written on your t-shirt? Pretty funny, right? So I got this in New York, and it's like the total tourist shirt. But it's so much fun to wear because like people are just like, wow, you're such a tourist. Like, why are you even here? It's pretty great. Let's see. What's your profit margin on Amazon FBA sales? I'd say my average profit margin is somewhere in the 40s, so maybe like 43%. I haven't checked in a while. That was from like 2 or 3 months ago. But yeah, probably like 42 or 43% average. So like some products, right, I'll have like a 7, not a 70, that's kind of crazy, but I'll have like a 60-something% margin, and then other products I'll have only like a 28, maybe 30% margin, so it just depends. Let's see. How can I prepare / take advantage of Amazon coming to Australia? So yeah, Dom, definitely keep an eye on Australia's Amazon marketplace because it's going to be pretty big when it launches. If you can get in early, you can be a seller. So I don't know if they're taking like pre-applications or pre-sign-ups or anything like that, but get in as soon as you can and start selling products as soon as you can. So maybe like if you want to buy a bunch of inventory now to prepare, I wouldn't really recommend that because you don't know what's going to sell good. But yeah, I'm sure there's Australian products that really don't sell anywhere else in the world that only you would know about, that you can definitely take advantage of that. So your future media. So you make 20K a month off Amazon but never show your sales. Yeah, I showed my sales in several videos. So maybe you just haven't watched all my videos. But I don't like sitting and bragging about my sales. I like focusing on getting other people results. So like, you know, yeah, I have my own results and they're awesome, but I'd much rather see my students' results and get them results versus my own. So like, I focus most of my time on my students and growing their businesses. See, what age did you release you wanted to be an entrepreneur? Pretty old, actually. I wanted to be an engineer for most of my life, and then I decided probably in college sometime, I was like, you know, I kind of want to be an entrepreneur. So it wasn't like a entrepreneur from birth kind of story or anything like that. Let's see, I'm from Indonesia. Can I sell in the U.S.? Yeah, you could sell on Amazon from anywhere in the world. Let's see, thanks for that. Hoping to be one of your successful students soon. Yeah, EE here too. Awesome. I'm glad you're in EE. EE's fun. Double E was a great time. I actually really enjoyed the education, and then I enjoyed working. So, oh, you said you don't really like being EE. Well, all right. I liked electrical engineering. I liked that kind of stuff. I just didn't like having an actual day job. See, how many hours per day do you spend selling in Amazon and eBay? You work full time. I probably spend maybe 2 or 3 hours a week working on Amazon and eBay. I don't really sell much on eBay though. Mostly just sell on Amazon. So, yep. Yeah, so you get me as far as like the double E stuff. Like it's cool, but like actually having to work, even if I really enjoy the job, I want to work on my own time. You know, I was actually thinking about starting up like my own engineering firm. So one of my friends is studying to be a PE in civil engineering, and we were gonna like start a firm together where I do all the electrical stuff and he does the civil stuff. So kind of something I might be doing in the next few years. I don't know. We'll see. What were you like in high school? Okay, so in high school I was like I was still like 6 foot, but I weighed significantly less. So I was like a super skinny stick man, and then I was like exceptionally narcissistic. So like I really thought very little of everyone, and I realized in college that that's a terrible outlook, to look down on people like that. And so like I kind of, like I said, mindset shift away from, you know, my preconceived notions, and it's a lot better to not have that kind of outlook on life and outlook on other people. So yeah, I was a little twit in high school. I was really annoying and really, yeah, people probably hated me, I would imagine. So do you provide private coaching? Yeah, I do private coaching for all of my I do it only for my mentorship students. So if you're in my mentorship program, which I don't know if you are or not, then I would offer like one-on-one like Skype calls or coaching or whatever. So yeah. See, what would you say is the most difficult part of being an Amazon seller? The most difficult part of being an Amazon seller is probably just finding your product to sell. Once you find a product, it's all kind of like pretty straight on. So let's see. How do you determine if a product has too much competition? If it's got like a bunch of other sellers that have like thousands of reviews, or even like over 500 reviews, then that's definitely like a signal of, hey, this product has too much competition. What sign are you? So I don't really do astrology, but I am a Libra because I was born at the end of September. So I'm a Libra. See, about how much capital are you investing each month to generate $20,000? How much capital am I investing each month? A lot. I don't really know. I reinvest everything that I make from pretty much all my companies back into their respective companies. So like Amazon's kind of just one, and so like I'll reinvest my profits from Amazon back into itself, and then grow from there. But probably, you know, possibly $30,000 or $40,000 a month reinvested. That's so rough. That's a rough ball. I don't know off the top of my head, like what's going on. Libra here too. Yeah, what's up, Libras? How many Libras do we have in here? For all of you astrology people. So I don't believe in astrology or follow that kind of stuff at all. I don't even know. Like, I don't ever read my, what's the thing? Let's see. Do you spend a lot of money or do you save? I do neither. I do neither of those things. I invest my money. I don't spend it, but I also don't save it. I invest it either in my business, in myself, or in, you know, other terms of investments like real estate, stocks, or whatever. See, what's your opinion on Amazel? I think Amazel is too slow. I don't like slow programs. If Amazel could like make their loading a little faster, then that would be like a really good idea. I don't know jack about selling or creating a business, but out here trying to find out. Yeah, Beast Mode Gaming, I feel you. That's exactly where I was about a year ago. I had no idea about making a business or like starting selling online. I had no idea about any of this. I heard about it like from someone on Facebook, I think, posted like something about selling on Amazon and how they were like making money doing nothing, and I was like, that sounds like fun. I want to do that. And you know, I was one of those people that actually like bought into it and believed that it was true, and it turns out it is, so that's cool. Because it could have been like a huge like pyramid scheme or something, but it turned out to be true, and I did it, and bada boom, here I am a year later. You know, quit my job 6 months ago, and you know, enjoying the good life, I guess. Let's see, how did you start? I started by just selling stuff out of my house. So I just started selling stuff. See, follow up on the barcode question. Yes, legit barcodes for relabeling for FBA, such as to use the cheap upcbarcode.com, or do you have your supplier or freight companies? I'm not sure I understand that question. Speeder. I guess that'd be speeder with the threes. What age did you start? I started when I was 22. So I'm 23 now, right? So that was only a year ago. And I've grown the business just exponentially. and then starting other business ventures and growing those. So it's pretty awesome. Let's see, November, December big on Amazon. Yeah, oh yeah. Most people do about 5 to 10 times their sales on any given month in the month of December. So like if you do like 5,000 in sales in like June, and that's like your most sales for the whole year, in December you can do like $50,000. Like it's insane. Like so like even if you're not making a ton of sales right now, if you're already selling on Amazon, you're not making a ton of sales right now, just gear up for the fourth quarter, because man, November and December just everything sells. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. How much time left on the stream? Let's see. I'll probably stream for like another, I don't know, maybe half hour, maybe less. I really don't know. Whenever I get tired and lose my voice and like can't talk anymore and I start like not making any sense is usually when I cut off the stream. That usually happens around an hour and a half. So let's see. Do you use your home as storage for your products, or is that handled by Amazon? All of that's handled by Amazon. I rarely have products actually come in to my residence. I ship them mostly directly to Amazon. Let's see. In-game goals, being a YouTube superstar. So my in-game goals, they're not to be a YouTube superstar. I know that's kind of crazy to hear, considering I'm kind of getting big on YouTube as far as 50,000. I mean, that's not big, but in my niche, that's pretty big. As far as other Amazon sellers, there's not many people that have more subscribers than me. I think Private Label Movement and maybe like a couple other ones might have more. But as far as YouTube goes, that's pretty small. But no, my goal is not to become a huge YouTube superstar and like start vlogging and do all that. I like that kind of stuff, and I'll probably do it for a while. But ultimately, I want to, grow my multiple businesses to, maybe $1 million plus a month, and then just like put that on total autopilot. Let's see. Do you have any employees? I'm actually going to be hiring an assistant this week because I've gotten to the point where I'm just stuck in the day-to-day stuff and I'm not looking at the big picture. So I'm hiring someone to handle the day-to-day stuff while I like grow the business and think long-term and stuff. Let's see. Does Amazon send you tax documents when it comes to? Yes, Amazon will send you a 1099 or whatever it's called when tax time comes around. Let's see. Is a mentoring service offered only when with the course, or do you offer it separately? It's the same thing. The mentoring is included. It's a mentorship program, right? So like you always have access to like email me or like message in the private group, and then like I'll always reply and stuff. So it's always included in the program. Let's see. Do you not check your product before you send it to Amazon? So yeah, Philip, that's a good question. Typically, if I trust my manufacturer, I will have them ship it. Most of the time, if I'm trying out a new manufacturer, I might have them send me a sample or two just to make sure that the quality is what I want, and then they can ship it directly to Amazon from there. Greatly appreciate you doing these live stream. Really makes you more credible because there's so many people trying to sell their programs. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people out there trying to sell their programs, but I honestly, I'm not even doing it. Like I don't sure I want to get more students and make sales or whatever, but I really just like getting on here and like answering questions from my viewers. Like that's why I do it. I could promote my course in a ton of different ways that I don't do if I really wanted to like sell the heck out of it. But I really just like getting on here, seeing what you guys have to say, getting feedback from you guys about different stuff, and then answering questions. So like it's I'm glad that I seem more credible. That's definitely a nice benefit, I would say. Let's see, who makes the product photos then? I take the product photos myself, or I hire a photographer. Like I said, you have your manufacturer ship you 1 or 2 units, you check the quality, you take the pictures, and then you have them ship the whole order directly to Amazon. What does your diet consist of? Mostly like organic, healthy food. I try to eat like organic meats, like grass-fed stuff, cage-free eggs, as well as a range of fruits and vegetables, and of course daily protein shakes. Always on the protein shakes. Do you get paid more doing live streams? I don't get paid to do live streams at all. I don't get paid for YouTube. So I don't have any ads running. And if you go watch any of my videos, you'll notice that there's no pre-roll ads or no side ads or anything. So I don't run any ads on my videos. I don't make any money off of YouTube. So YouTube doesn't pay me anything, and they don't pay me to do live streams either. Is the stream going to be on YouTube later? Probably. It'll be unlisted, so you'll have to save the link and then go back to watch it later. But you got to get back to work. All right, man. I'll see you later. I'm sorry you got to go back to work. Let's see. Is setting up your LLC different from getting your sales tax license? Yes, it's two different things. Your LLC is to register with the federal government. Or no, I mean your LLC is to register your business with the state government, and your sales tax license is to pay taxes to your state government. Let's see. Will you assist a student who has the money ready to private label with actually selecting a product? Yeah, Tori, of course. That's kind of what a mentor does. Is they help and assist their students. I mean, with anything that they need help or assistance with. So I've got lots of students that send me their product ideas, and I'll take a look at them and see what I think of them. And usually, you know, most of them are actually pretty good. But if you find a bad product, I'm gonna tell you. You know, and it might be heartbreaking to think that your product that you thought was awesome is not good. But yeah. Let's see. My diet consists of broken dreams sautéed in the tears of my enemies. All right. You kind of scare me, man. Kind of scare me just a little bit, especially with the comment earlier about 85% serious and 15% murder my whole family. Just a little scary, but it's also kind of funny. How can I find your email address if I don't have Facebook? You don't need to have Facebook to email me. Yeah, my email is here. I'll type it here. It's kilburnjordan@gmail.com. So that is my email. So yeah, for students that need to contact me about their products or whatever, feel free. Let's see. Any keyword tips? I use Seller Labs like keyword tool to look for keywords. Let's see. What do you think of Elon Musk? I think Elon Musk is a great visionary of our time. I think he's right about a lot of things, especially AI. You know, I know that AI. You know, a lot of people joke about it, like, you know, oh, it's not gonna like iRobot with Will Smith or Terminator or like The Matrix or whatever. But that's a very real possibility, you know. And I'm not trying to like be weird or like sci-fi or whatever, but like it's actually possible that humanity develops an artificial intelligence that becomes aware of its you know, abilities, and then goes into, well, it would obviously use the internet, and then it could access effectively every electronic system in the entire world at one time. And then, I mean, if you have access to every electronic system in the entire world at one time, you control the world. And so like that's Elon Musk's like big argument against AI, and like his argument for the fact that we need to control that. Like we need to put in regulations so that that kind of stuff doesn't happen, because if it happens at all, we're done. Like it is over, right? Like, you know, it's not like you know, we need to be proactive and not reactive, because if it happens, I mean, like the AI takes over, we're done. We're all gonna die in the robot army. Let's see. If I share an idea for a possible product, is there a non-compete understanding between student and teacher? Yeah, of course, Gary. I'm not going to copy your products. You know, if you want to tell me your idea for a product, there is a no-compete understanding. So like, I'm not going to go out there and make my own brand for the product that you found. So if you share your product with me, you have my trust that I'm not gonna screw you over and go make it myself. So I'm gonna put my efforts into helping you be successful in that product. Yeah, I guess that's true. We do fight back in the Terminator movies or the Matrix, but I feel like in real life, it might not be as easy as that. But hey, you know, maybe in 20 years, you know, we'll be living in the Matrix, you know. And then Elon Musk's other theory that we all actually live in the Matrix, that he said that, you know, virtual reality is going to become so indistinguishable from actual reality that we're not even going to be able to tell the difference. And that his theory is that we're actually all living in like pods, and that we're all just in a giant virtual reality right now. So we're all in the same virtual reality. It's exactly like the Matrix, and like that was something he was talking about in one of his interviews, and like people were just like, okay, like I hope not, but who knows. Let's see. Will we make it to Mars in the next 20 years? I think so. I think we might not establish a colony on Mars in the next 20 years, but we'll definitely probably set foot on Mars. Someone will. Very, very brave people that are risking their lives because, going to Mars is a very, very dangerous mission for a lot of different reasons. Let's see. Can you tell me why someone should hook up with your mentorship program rather than anyone else who's offering the same type of service? That's a good question, E9744456. So my mentorship program is a lot different than everybody else's because like it's not just private label and it's more involved. So like you've got access to our private group, which we're all constantly all throughout the day like pinging ideas off each other, asking questions. Me, other professional sellers are in there answering. We're helping each other out. It's kind of like a big community. And then of course on top of that you've got like the training videos, which will take you from like knowing nothing to essentially everything that I know. And so you're like you grow it up, and so you grow your business pretty fast in the program. And like I said, it's more than just private label. So all the other like services and other courses are just private label. So if you don't know what that is, basically you make your own brand and you import it, which is kind of a more costly way to sell on Amazon. I teach arbitrage as well and wholesale, and arbitrage is a lot cheaper of a way to start, especially if you're in the U.S. Then you can start arbitrage with like $20. So you don't need like $1,000 to go invest in a private label business. But yeah, that's the big difference is like I teach a lot of different methods to sell on Amazon versus just one, right? So a lot of the courses are just private label, and that's it. So, yeah, most of the guys that have these courses have YouTube channels. Just look at their videos, get to know them, and choose who seems more sympathetic to you. That's very true, I guess. I definitely care for all my students, and any students that are in here will definitely tell you that I'm pretty responsive to like everybody. So, if you ask a question, I'm usually always get back to you as fast as I can. Let's see. When you change a product for PL, are you talking color or something cosmetic? Does the manufacturer actually modify the design and product? Yeah, Mike, you can absolutely have your manufacturer modify it, or you can just have them change the color. But when I'm talking about like altering a PL product, I mean both. If you think changing the color will get you more sales, change the color. If you think that altering it by adding something to it will get you more sales, then go after that. But your manufacturer can do either of those. Incorrect. Just enrolled even though you're ignoring my cues. I haven't seen any of your questions. I'm sorry. I'm getting a ton of things. I'll scroll up and see if I can find it, but I don't see anywhere that you've... Yeah, I don't see anything from you. So ask your question again, but congrats on enrolling and thanks. I'm excited to have you in the program. It's awesome. Let's see. For my own label products, brand registry or no? Yeah, you want to do brand registry down the road. You don't need to do it right away because you have to get a trademark. But if you want to do it right away, you can, but you don't have to do it. But definitely down the road, if your brand starts picking up and you start making a lot of sales, you definitely want to get in brand registry because it'll protect you from hijackers and stuff like that. I need to take better notes when I get an idea for PL. Yeah, definitely. I've got a notebook. It's right there on my bookshelf actually. That I write down all of my ideas for like everything. So I have a little notebook that I just, anytime I have a cool idea for anything, if it's an Amazon product, a business idea, an idea for a new video, just write it right down in my little book. So I recommend anybody gets like a little notebook and they just keep things written down. What is PL? PL is private label. Yeah, private label is what PL means. Okay, so here's your question. If a product sells thousands of units a month and has half the reviews, is it too competitive? Half of the reviews of what? Like 500. So if it sells like 1,000 units a month and has half the reviews, I mean, there's a trade-off between sales velocity and reviews. I would also look at what's the profit per item, because that's kind of important, and what's the ROI that you can get. Okay, if it's got 1,500 reviews, that's kind of high, honestly. If there's a bunch of other sellers that have like less than 100 reviews and they're still on the first page, then possibly. But 1,500 reviews is a lot. But like I said, look at the ROI. If it's a big return, like if you can get like 150, 200% ROI, then it might be worth at least trying out. Your notebook is red. Yes, it is red. Because I talk about it in one of my videos, I think. But yes, my notebook's a little red notebook that I've had for like a year now. And I just write down all my stuff in it. Rex says, I love you. I love you too, Rex. I'm glad you're in here watching the stream. Let's see. How long do Amazon take after receiving your product and go live with it? FedEx just emailed me that my product has been received. Typically, maybe a day, possibly 2 days. It can be longer if they're like backed up, and it can also be longer if they like lose your products. But don't worry, if they lose your products in the warehouse, they'll reimburse you. So you actually make your money faster than if you actually sold the product. So sometimes you actually are kind of hoping they lose your products in the warehouse, so you make all your money right away. Let's see. Can you work on Amazon selling at nights, weekends as a secondary job? Yeah. Oh yeah. That's how I started. I started working mostly during my lunch break. That's why the title of the stream is Lunch Break Warriors. But yeah, I started just working like an hour or two every day for a while, for a few months, and then made enough money that it actually replaced my income. Let's see. I'm interested in how you research for sales velocity. Yeah. So look, there's several different programs that'll tell you like the monthly sales. What do you use to get an idea of a quickly a product move? Yeah, so there's the FBA calculator for Amazon. It's like a Chrome extension, and it'll tell you approximately how many sales that product is doing per month. So that would be how you tell your sales velocity, and then you could like average that among the different listings and see. So Jungle Scout, the Chrome extension for Jungle Scout, will also do that, and it'll give you an estimate for sales. So where would I create a logo? Yeah, Fiverr. Fiverr is a good place to do a logo. I made my own logo, so you don't have to get super fancy with your logo or anything like that. You can make a pretty basic logo and it'll work. Let's see, how would you rank retail and online arbitrage, private label, and wholesale on Amazon in terms of ROI and potential? That's a really good question, Richard. You had another really good question earlier, so good questions. Keep them coming. So in terms of ROI, retail arbitrage is the highest. I mean, you can find flips that you get like 2,000% ROI. Like you pick up something, you buy it for $1, and it ends up selling for like $100. Like it's crazy. I know that seems insane. Like it seems like it would never happen. I see that kind of stuff all the time in like the groups that I'm in that are about Amazon. Like it's insane. But it's not steady, right? So you're not gonna find those kinds of flips all the time. They come like once every now and then. Online arbitrage is a little more steady. You can still get pretty good ROI, but it's a way more steady income as far as like finding flips. And you could get a pretty good ROI of maybe a little under 100 on average. And then private label, of course, if you launch the product properly and you're selling properly, can be pretty good. But it's a little more, it's more of a setup. It's more involved setting up. So with private label, you have to spend more time. You actually have to create the listing, take the pictures, do all the research and stuff like that. You don't have to do that with arbitrage, right? And then wholesale is pretty much like where a lot of people try to get to, because you basically are just selling things that already sell on Amazon. All that you have to do in wholesale, buy from manufacturer, ship it to Amazon. You don't have to do ads. You don't have to build a listing. You don't have to do anything like that. So that's kind of where a lot of people try to get to when they sell on Amazon, is doing wholesale. But your ROI is typically a lot lower, so you might only get like a 40 to 60% ROI in wholesale, but you're selling hundreds and hundreds of units every single day if you're really getting involved in wholesale. I mean, people and wholesale can make millions and millions of dollars every year in profit, and not just in sales. So definitely a good question though. Let's see. Have you ever been depressed? Oh yeah. I've been depressed a few times. Whenever I quit my job in January, and 2 days after I quit my job, I got suspended from Amazon. So how's that for depressing, right? So I just closed out my only source of income, and my other source of income shut down. So I was making no money. So that was scary. It was scary, and it was very depressing. I ended up getting the suspension lifted. It was like a mistake. Amazon had sent out like a bunch of suspensions to sellers they didn't mean to suspend. But I was suspended for like 3 or 4 days, and those 3 or 4 days were the longest, most stressful, most depressing days in my business. And it really was, that was depressing. Let's see, would around 2000 be good to start? Yeah, absolutely. That will include everything. So Jungle Scout, reverse ASIN, product shipping, PPC. 2000 will get you going for sure. Let's see how much time it takes if you order 500 units after checking samples from Alibaba. Probably about a month for ocean freight. And you can express ship those in a few days, but it's going to cost you out the nose to express ship something of that size. Let's see, which Jungle Scout product should an absolute newbie of private labeling need? I really recommend the Chrome extension. Like if you're only gonna get one program, it's got to be that Jungle Scout Chrome extension. Can we begin with almost nothing? Yeah, if you're in the United States, you have a really good opportunity versus international sellers, as you can do like arbitrage. So you can like go to like a thrift store, pick up something, scan it. If it's profitable, you can sell it. So like you can basically start with $20, $50, and you can get going from there. Has anyone ever noticed you on the streets from your channel if you started a YouTube channel? Yeah. No one's ever noticed me on the streets. So yeah, I mean 50,000 subscribers is a lot, but when you're talking about 7 billion people on the planet, it's not a ton. So if you're in France, okay, so if you're oh man, okay, probably have to end the live stream soon because I'm starting to lose my voice, but I'll still answer a few more questions. If you are in France and you want to get started and you don't have a ton of money, drop shipping is always a possibility. But if you really want to start on Amazon, you're probably going to need a little about at least a few $100s, probably a little more than that actually, to set everything up in the United States. If you want to sell in the UK, you could also do that. But yeah, like I said, if you so you probably want a few $100s at least. Like cough was a sign that stream's soon to be over. Yeah, exactly. If you watch my streams, you know when I start coughing, like it's time to turn it off. It's time to yeah. Let's see. Why not just build a website to sell stuff? You can get ads. Yeah, you can. You can absolutely build a website to sell stuff. But you're gonna pay out the nose for ads. And a lot of people don't want to spend. A lot of people don't have several $1,000 ad budget when they start. If you've got like 50 grand and you want to start a business, yeah, do Shopify. A lot of people don't have that. See, how long does the promo code 25 off last for? I'm new to your program and wanted a few more days to review it before signing up. Is that cool with you? Yeah, sure. The promo code it usually only lasts for like 24 hours after the stream. So like maybe tomorrow around lunch. So like review it tonight, and if you want to do it, and of course there's a refund. Like if you buy it and it's really not for you, and like you don't see any value in it or whatever, which is like totally not gonna happen. Like I haven't had anybody refund it because they didn't like it. Then you can refund it. So like you've got a week refund policy. So like you don't even need to be worried about it. But yeah, I mean, like, listen, what Joey's in my he's in my program. He got in just last week, and he's enjoying it. is definitely yeah. Like I said, I'm excited to see what Joey has to offer. So. Did you say your program includes a chat? Yes. So we got a private group where anybody can post, ask questions. You can chat with me, like directly. Of course, you can always email me, etc., etc., etc. So yeah. How restricted is the individual account compared to the business Amazon account? Yeah. So if you're just selling an individual account, you can't run Facebook ads. I'm not Facebook ads. You can't run Amazon ads from an individual account. So if you want to do a private label product, you're probably going to have to end up getting a business account or like a professional account. Let's see. Private labeling, how much did you spend on everything before you saw any profits? I didn't really spend anything. Like I said, I started selling from my house. I didn't spend really any money. I just had some products lying around, shipped those into Amazon, paid maybe like $10 to ship them in, like the cost of shipping to ship them to the FBA warehouse. And then, yeah, saw profits just from those products. So there you go. Does Amazon app tell you if you scan something gated or a brand that can be sold? Yes. No, sorry. Wait, yes. Yeah, yes, it does. The Amazon app as well as the FBA scan app it'll tell you if it's gated or brand restricted when you scan it. See, how many hours a day did you work when you first started, and what did you mostly focus on? So yeah, currently I only work like maybe a few hours a week on Amazon. When I first started, it was kind of the same. I spent maybe a few hours a day, so a little bit more than what I do now. So in private label, you do picks, listing, and all that. If you sell all your units, you just reorder from the same supplier and keep reselling. Yeah, exactly. It's basically the same as wholesale, but it's not private label. So wholesale is like you're selling another brand that already exists. So you don't have to do the picks, you don't have to do the listing, you don't have to do ads, or anything like that. So even if you do all that with private label, typically you still have to run ads most of the time. Like I have a lot of products that I don't run ads for because they just sell organically, but a lot of people still run ads on their products. Is YouTube another source of income for you? No, I don't get paid from YouTube, so I don't run any ads on any of my videos. So you can like go watch all my videos. There's no ads, so I don't actually get any income from YouTube because I think it's annoying, like having ads pop up in your face when you're trying to watch like a playlist of videos, and I don't want to do that to my subscribers. Just hit them with ads the moment they come to my video. How long does the promo code last for? Yeah, I already answered that one. I'm not sure if I fully answered that. I might have trailed off, but 24 hours. So typically, 24 hours from when the stream ends is when that'll expire. So like, if you want to get in the program for 25 off, you definitely want to decide in the next 24 hours. Mostly because I've got like other people that aren't watching the live stream, and if you're watching the live stream, it definitely means you're like serious about actually selling. You like me, you like what I have to talk about. So that's why I offer the promo code just for the people on the live stream. So that's why I only offer it for such a short window, because I don't want like a ton of people that don't really know me all that well to get in. So yeah, thank you for not hitting us with ads. Yeah, you're welcome. I find ads annoying, and I don't like when people run ads on their videos, so I don't run ads on mine. Let's see. What would you say the course goes over? The course goes over absolutely everything you need to know about selling on Amazon. And I add new videos to it. I added a new video to it just last week, so I do update it, and I'm going to be updating it throughout time, years. So it's a lifetime subscription. So like you pay once. Actually, you can pay in 2 payments. So I set up a payment plan. A lot of people ask for that because they don't want to pay all that money up front. You can pay half now, half later in like a month, and then so it's a payment plan. So like you don't have to put all that money up front. So that helps out a lot of people. But it's a lifetime. So you get in now, and you're ready for life. You're in for life as far as the program goes. I never see ads on YouTube. You probably have ad blocker. So if you had ads, it wouldn't bother me. That's very true. I know a lot of people have ad blocker, but a lot of people don't. So I don't. don't want to antagonize people that don't have ad blocker with sending them ads and stuff. How much does your course cost? So the course right now costs $700, right? But for everybody watching this stream, you can get 25% off if you use the coupon code 25OFF, right? And that's a one-time payment, or you can pay in 2 payments, right? So you can split it into 2 payments, or you can just pay once, and that's, you can get 25% off either payment. So I think if you do like the 2-month payment, it ends up being like, I think maybe 300 and something, or actually maybe a little under $300 for 2 payments. So you don't actually pay it all at once, but you can pay it all at once. It's like a little bit cheaper if you pay it all up front. But no, it's not a charge every month. It's basically a one-time payment or a 2-time payment if you want to do the 2 payment options. So it's not a monthly thing. You're not charged every month. It's like I said, it's a one-time thing. You're in for life, and there you go. And yes, someone did the math. Thank you. 700 minus 25% is 525. So 525 is basically the same price as pretty much everybody else's course. Actually, it's a lot cheaper than I know. It's cheaper than Kevin's course. It's about the same price as Tanner's course. So like, it's definitely cheaper than most people's courses. And like I said, it includes a lot more because I've been in most everybody else's course. Like I've been in their courses and seen what they do, and I definitely included everything that's in their program into mine. So yeah. Let's see, where do I sign up? If you check the link in this live stream to the Millionaire Mentorship Program, that's what it's called. And it's the bit.ly link that's in this description of this video. Let's see, how bad is it if you run out of inventory? It's not super bad. It's a good problem to have, I'd say. If you run out of inventory, it means that the product's actually selling. But you definitely want to try to get back in stock as soon as possible. Because every day you're out of stock, your sales rank goes up. And that's not good. You don't want your sales rank to go up. Let's see, how long will it take me to make back the cost of class? So no guarantees, of course, but a lot of people should be able to make back that money in probably just a month or so. Because once you get your first product going, you can start making money. But like I said, there's no guarantees. You know, your success is your own. I can guide you, I can teach you, I can tell you everything I know. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's you that is going to make that happen. So I can't guarantee anything, but like I said, the course covers everything that I know, and you always have access to ask me questions and stuff. Let's see, is it a good investment to do this? I'm obviously going to be incredibly biased and say yes, but I know there's some people in my course that are actually in the chat here, and you can ask them if it's a good idea to do. But everybody that's in the course right now loves it, and they say that they're really happy they got in, and they feel like it's pretty useful. So like you know, I'd say it's a good investment because you're investing in yourself, right? You're investing in knowledge and like learning how to do something. You're taking a ton of shortcuts. You're not going to spend. I mean, look, you don't have to do the program, but you're going to spend, you know, maybe the next 6 months trying to figure out the whole Amazon thing, right? Or you can spend the next day going through the program and learning everything. So, you know, it's obviously it's your choice if you think it's a good investment. I do. The people that are in my program do. So, there you go. And yeah, there you go. Joey, Dustin, both said yes. So you know, and I'm not paying them to say yes. I actually don't have affiliate links set up. So, you know, if anybody that's in the course, if you want an affiliate link so you can like tell your friends or maybe, you know, make your own video about it and you know, do a little profit sharing with me, let me know. I'll set you up with some links and you can also bring some people in. Let's see, I think I'm sniffing out a scam. Sure, Mr. Democracy. If you think it's a scam, that's fine. You know, I don't want people like that in the program anyways. The only people I really want in the program are people that are serious about it. That know that they can do it and that already want success. So like if you think it's a scam and you're going into it with that kind of mindset, you're probably not going to be successful in it anyways. So you know, those aren't the kind of people I want. So if you really think it's a scam, obviously don't do it. But I can tell you it's not, and all my students are going to say the same thing. So you know, yeah. Let's see, bro, I'm from Mexico. I want to learn how to do your business. I'll give you half of my money when you teach me. I really want to learn. Thanks. So I can't really do profit sharing for liability issues. It's kind of, I would love to do that, but talking to my lawyer, it's not going to make any sense to do liability wise. It would be a huge legal pain. So I can't do any profit sharing and stuff. So that kind of sucks. The government is a scam and Mexico is a scam. Yes, Mexico is a scam. No, Mexico is. It used to be a lot better than it is. I've been to Mexico. I've actually been to Monterrey when I was younger, and it was nice. It wasn't like, I feel like, I haven't been in a while. Like, I went to Cozumel a few months ago, and that was nice, but that doesn't really count. Cozumel's not really Mexico, It's owned by Mexico, but it's not really that bad. It was pretty nice there. They have nice beaches. See, did you get any chance to sell any solar eclipse glasses? I didn't. That is a very huge market. If you time it right, you could sell those solar eclipse glasses. You can make hundreds of thousands of dollars on those things if you time it right. But no, I didn't sell any. Best way to contact me is going to be email. So if you want to contact me, if you're in the program, have questions or whatever, want to run something by me, just post my email right there. So that's going to be the best way to contact me. Let's see. Amazon is a monopoly if you join the system. Yeah, so Amazon is huge and they're just growing exponentially. So like it makes sense to kind of jump on that bandwagon, if you will, because you can like grow your business with Amazon, right? So Amazon is, if you trust Jeff Bezos, like I do, he's a good CEO for sure. So you can grow with Amazon. So you'll grow your business. Like I said, Amazon's gonna be the first $1 trillion company. Even if you get 0.25% of 1/8% of like another 1/4%, you're still making like a full-time life set for life income. So just a little tiny, little itsy bitsy chunk of that. And yeah, Jeff Bezos will own the world. That's a pretty good statement right there. Let's see. I think I missed a couple up here. If we get your course and find my first potential item, can we PM you? Yeah, absolutely. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of the mentorship program, is for my students to be able to contact me directly and get my opinion on their products, or just get their opinion on whatever, and I'm always very responsive. So I try to get back to my students as fast as possible. When you join the program, you actually get like a little tag in my email, so I know you're one of my students. So I always reply to those people first. So like all my students get all of my focus, at least for my time. Let's see. Do I know Tai Lopez? I don't know Tai Lopez in person. Obviously, I've seen him. I've watched a few of his videos. If you want to think of a scammer, I'm not saying he's a scammer. I think he puts out good content, but a lot of people think he is scamming. He's not. A lot of people just, maybe they don't understand the definition of a scam. But Ty's not scamming. He's kind of I think he's a tool. But, I don't think he's scamming anyone. But I don't know him in person. I've never met him. So I guess I can't really say anything because I don't really know him. Currently enrolled in your course and just want to say thank you for the work. You're welcome, Jordan. I plan on making this full-time, investing myself, spend more time. Yep, that's the goal, is to be able to, invest in yourself and then be able to create the life you want, Stay at home, be with your family, live an enjoyable life. So where do you enter the 25 off code? At the checkout, when you go to pay, it'll have like a little promo code thing, and you just put in 25 off. By the way, the OFF is capitalized, so it's 25 and then OFF in all caps. And I'm not sure that makes a difference, to be completely honest. I'm pretty sure it does though, so just make sure it's caps. Let's see, products list, where do we find them? Prime Resale is a good place to get lists as far as products. Let's see. Can you do a preview of your program? Yeah, you can actually watch the first video of my program for free. If you go to the link below and like scroll all the way down, you can actually watch the first video, which is like the introduction to the course. It kind of goes over what's included and stuff. And you can also read everything that's included on top of it. Let's see. Does your course primarily focus on PL? I would say so. I know a lot of people do PL, and that's kind of what they're after. So the course, the private label section is the biggest section of the program, but also included on top of that is arbitrage and is wholesale, and those are in depth enough that you can definitely make an income, like pretty much full-time income and more, from those strategies as well. So it does focus a lot on PL, and there's a lot of things about private label that I've included that aren't included in other courses. Like, I don't hear people talking about like enhanced brand content. I don't hear people talking about brand registry or like trademarking in other programs, and so I included those. And Amazon Vendor Express, it's like Seller Central. Nobody talks about that. That's a big point that I talk about in the wholesale section. So there's a lot of stuff that I included that I didn't see other people talking about. I'm not really sure why, because these are good opportunities. So let's see, what stuff do I need to keep in mind selling a few products at the start of Amazon regarding rules like tracking numbers? Yeah, so go read the Amazon Terms of Service and go read keeping your metrics good. So like if you Google like good Amazon metrics and then like read through what those are. How long have you been doing this for? And how long does it take for an average to get to the point where you feel comfortable quit your job? I sold on Amazon for 4 months before I quit my job. So I scaled it up pretty fast. So, I'm not saying that everybody's going to be able to get there in 4 months. But I will say that if you stick with it, there's no reason why you can't be successful, but like success is in your own hands for sure. Is communication studies a good major? Yeah, I mean, as far as going to college is concerned, if you're not doing STEM, like science or what's the T stand for? Technology, and then E is engineering, and then M is medical. If you're not doing one of those majors, then it's probably not super beneficial to you, because you can learn communication, online mostly. Fun fact, did you know you're the first human alive once? That's interesting. That's pretty true, I guess. Let's see, I live in Canada. Based on what you said earlier, it's best to start in Canadian marketplace and move to .com. Yeah, I'd start in the Canadian marketplace if you're in Canada, and then like grow into the American marketplace. Let's see, what other courses or gurus would you say are worth a look at? I feel like Tanner J. Fox would be a waste of time, but Kevin's info is good. What's your course compare to him as far as a different strategies helps out? Good question. Oh my goodness, I'm dying over here. So compared with other courses, like Kevin's is good. He puts out good content. I try to keep up with him as far as content on my YouTube channel. But his course is pretty good. But I include pretty much all the same kind of stuff in my course that he has. As far as other YouTubers that are good, the private label movement is a good one, as well as like, of course, that Lifestyle Ninja with Kevin's always a good channel. Let's see, what's on the whiteboard on the wall? Oh, the whiteboard back there, that's kind of like that's one of my businesses that I'm like drawing and planning out. I like to plan out all of my different stuff on a big whiteboard. Whatever. Let's see. STEM is science, tech, engineering, math. Oh yeah, math. I said medical. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's one of those days where it's like, all right, time to almost end the stream because I'm not making any sense. I even have a math minor and I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh man, did you play Doomfist yet? I didn't know he was out. I know he's on like the PBE or whatever, but I didn't know, is he out as far as like the actual game? Let's see, who's in New York City? I was in New York City. Don't cough in your hand and touch the keyboard. I'm not touching the keyboard. The keyboard's right. I haven't touched it at all. I'm coughing in my hand and like I'm not touching anything. I've got some hand sanitizer, okay? So I'll sanitize my hands before I touch the keyboard. And normally I'd agree, but he isn't sick. I'm not sick. I am just coughing because I've been talking for the past 2 hours. Let's see. I missed the part where you said we could find products lists. Sorry, can you repeat? Prime Resale is where you can get product lists. That's Prime Resale. Didn't know you majored in STEM field. Yeah, I did electrical engineering. That's in That's in the STEM field. Let's see. I know Amazon's changed their review policy and they don't let sellers give products free discounts, but there are a lot of websites that give discounts. Do you list your products on those? No, I don't, because that's against Amazon's terms of service. See, tips for doing product research. Yeah, Joey. So aside from Jungle Scout and that kind of stuff, best tips is to like look at something that you need or something that would make life easier in general, and see if you can build a product around that. So there's all sorts of different stuff that you can think of, like maybe a water bottle that's got like a wallet attached to it that can hold your credit cards for like runners. I know that like when I go running, I have to like hold my phone in one hand, hold my water bottle, and I'm like running and stuff. And it'd be cool if I could just have one thing that like attached to my back or something like that. So that there's an idea for a product. So just how many packs do you smoke a day? I know I sound like a smoker because I'm just coughing over here because if you look at the length of the stream, it's been going on for almost 2 hours, so that's why I'm losing my voice. Let's see, wholesale versus private label. If you've got 40K to start, wholesale. The reason wholesale is hard to get into is because it's hard to get those contacts. If you've got 40K, I'd walk into like a what are those called? Trade shows. I'd walk into a trade show and flex the fact that you've got 40K to spend and see if you can get some good deals on products that already sell. So there you go. Let's see. Can you explain asking for approval in Seller Central? Not sure what you mean. Asking for approval. Do you mean approval in gating? Like ungating? Mr. Democracy says, shame, 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 shame. Shame, 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 shame. Shame, shame, shame. That's what it sounds like. So it's a shame, 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 shame. What should you look for on Jungle Scout when looking for products, i.e. reviews, estimated sales, revenue, all of the above? You want to look at the profit, the number of reviews, the sales velocity, and then your competition to see if there's anywhere you can differentiate yourself from your competition. But yeah, let's see. Should I get an eBay personal account? Yeah, you can sell an eBay personal account. Do you have a live stream calendar? I missed the first hour plus of this one. I already have notifications turned on, but it didn't always on my computer. Yeah, I'm going to probably start doing webinars, more scheduled events. So I know I live stream on YouTube. It's kind of random at the times. But I'm actually going to start scheduling webinars that aren't going to be hosted on YouTube. So like I know I'm not going to get as many viewers, but there will be more scheduled. So if you're interested in the webinars, make sure you're like signed up to receive my emails. So you can do that by like just opting in for that free product list that I give away. That puts you into my email list. So that like when I do a webinar, I'll email you like several days in advance. You can register for the webinar for free, of course. The webinars are always going to be free. It'll kind of be a lot like this, but I'll also be doing like, I'll probably do like live product research, maybe like do like live listing creation, stuff like that in those webinars. So those will be a lot of fun. But yeah, if you want to, know when I do those, then let me, you have to be on my email list because I'm going to be emailing when I do those. And yes, they are free. The webinars, of course, they're free. Let's see. Personal or business eBay account? I have a personal eBay account and I can do everything that I need to do. So I've never had a business eBay account. So see, 62 and looking to do this. Go over how to get in your course if you would, please. All right, Randy. So I actually do have, just because you're a little older doesn't mean you can't do it. And I'm glad that you recognize that because, a lot of, like my dad's like, well, I can't do it, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, if you want to get into the course, the link is in the description of this live stream. So like it's like below this video, it's like the bit.ly link. It's the one to the millionaire Amazon course. If you go in there, you can just click enroll and then register there. Can you make a video so we don't miss it? Yeah, I'll probably make a video when I do my first webinar and like tell you when it's gonna be. But then after that, once you sign up for one webinar, you'll get notifications when I do more. So I'll probably do webinars maybe like twice a week or maybe something like that. Yeah, if you want to get on the email list, go to any of my videos on YouTube, and then go to the Get Free Arbitrage product list. And then when you sign up for that, then you get into the program. See, how do I, on the what I just said. Is it possible to make eBay was starting with 200? Yeah, you can start with 200 and make money. I like how Jordan explains it, a lot slower pace, no rush. Yeah, so I don't like, talk at 100 miles per hour, and I don't, if you like the style of my YouTube videos, then you'll definitely like my program, because I kind of do the same sort of style. I talk slow, and I enunciate, and I make sure you understand what we're doing before we move forward. How do you create a brand without getting in trouble? As long as your brand name is not copying someone else, you won't get in any trouble. Let's see, would you recommend an LLC? All of your income streams under the same entity? Yes, that's what I do. Have an umbrella corporation that controls everything. Let's see, is this going to be left up on your channel? Yes, after the stream ends, you'll be able to rewatch it. Let's see, tell us how to join your course. Yeah, it's in the description of this video, so check the description. That's how you can join. How is your course different than your? How is your course different than your course? Oh, than your videos. Okay, that makes more sense. So my course is different from my videos because it's organized, first off, and it's way more in depth. So on YouTube, my videos are very scattered, and it's kind of just random thoughts and stuff. But the course is laid out. It's in order. It's got step-by-step. So it's not just videos. It's got underneath the videos, it's got here's a list of things you have to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then in order the things you need to do in order to get the ball rolling. And then of course it's way more in depth and actually things that you have to do in order. So yeah, Aaron says videos in my course are much more relaxed. Yeah, so Aaron's he's in my program, and yeah, my videos are very relaxed, and they're not in your face screaming all the time, but they're relaxed, they're laid back, and they're really easy to learn from. Is affiliate marketing one of your income streams? I do make a little money from affiliates stuff, but it's really just programs that I already use already. So I'm not going out of my way to find programs to promote. I'm only gonna promote products that make sense to me and that I already use. So I'm not gonna promote any products that I don't already use on the daily basis. Let's see, do you have product liability insurance? Yeah, you want to get product liability insurance. A lot of people have that, so it's a pretty good idea. Did you take the ASM course back then? No, I didn't. I really need your course. You think you learn the business by yourself or somebody teach you? I mostly taught myself. Mostly all self-taught. Let's see, what's the total duration videos of your course? I want to say it's 4.5 hours of footage. But then of course on top of that you have access to the private group, you have access to me to direct any questions, and then I'm also going to probably hire people that are professional sellers to also answer questions. So you've got a ton of resources in there aside from just the videos. And of course you have the written stuff as well, and the little handouts and other things that are attached. And you've got the 2,000 item product list, and lots of stuff. You got the wholesaler list. So if you want to do wholesale, there's a list of 450 wholesalers that you can buy from. So yes, it is step by step. It's a step by step course. What would you say is a percentage of people who purchase any course and follow through? Oh man. To be honest with you, Gabe, it's actually, sadly, it's pretty low. But honestly, a lot of my students are actually getting the ball rolling. I'm actually almost surprised, because a pretty good, I don't know the numbers just because I can't keep track of all that. But I feel there's a lot of different people actually like, hey, I just ordered, my shipment from Alibaba. Oh, I'm waiting for my products to come in. Oh, my products just went live, just made sales. I see that kind of stuff every day, in emails as well as in the group. So there's a lot of people getting results. I'm not sure the percentage though. I'd say it's probably definitely higher than 5%. But there are people that will join the course and then they'll just never follow through, and there's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing wrong with the course. It's just those people aren't dedicated, and you have to be dedicated to what you want to do. It's not hard. It's not, a super time consuming. It's really just a learning curve. If you learn it, and that's why I made the program, so you can learn it quickly, and then get your products going from there. How do I find out if someone has the same brand name other than a lawsuit? Check Google Patents, as well as like copyrights. So you can check copyright laws in the United States to see if that brand name is already copyrighted. Just signed up for your course. Thanks for all the great info. Ready to get this ball rolling. Awesome, Keith. Keith enrolled. Awesome. Glad to have you in, Keith. If you aren't part of the private group, you can request access. So request access to the group, and then I'll add you in. Let's see. How much income you feel can one generate initially following your course? Oh, Mackenzie, I really can't. Like I said, I can't guarantee results for like legal issues. But as far as like income you feel like one generally initially, I'm not sure what initially means. Like if you mean like the same day, you're not going to be able to. Well, actually, I guess you could make money the same day theoretically, but it's usually going to take like a little bit to get going first before you start seeing the money come in. But like I said, I can't guarantee anything. Basically, if you work hard at it and you actually put the time into it, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to make money. But like I said, no guarantees, and results may vary. Drink warm tea or water. Yes, I agree. I see you have an Arctic cup, so I'm assuming it's cold water. It is cold water. So I know cold water is bad when you're trying to talk a lot, but it feels so good, and it's like kind of warm in here because it's the middle of summer in Dallas and it's just hot. So I'm gonna turn my fan up more, but it's like 103 degrees outside. It's insane. Even with my AC blasting, it's just so hot. Just so hot. Let's see, the first 2 months, yeah, I think you can make some money in the first 2 months. But like I said, I can't guarantee anything. So like, there's people that join my program maybe 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks ago, and they're already making sales. So, I mean, that's an indicator for you. But like I said, I can't guarantee any results. But I've lots of students already seeing results, and my program's only been out for a little over a month now. So, does the discount code expire today? Guys, the discount code's going to expire in 24 hours. So if you want 25% off in the next 24 hours, you got to register. Because I only do this for my live stream people. So only people watching the live stream. So don't share this code with other people. It's just for you guys, just for the people watching the live stream. Let's see, are most of your students FBA students? As in they're not private labeled yet? So FBA is not necessarily private label. So yeah, pretty much most people do FBA. There's a few students that do merchant fulfilled. But yeah, a lot of them are private label, but I still have several arbitrage students, and I've got actually a couple wholesale students as well. Let's see, sounds good, thank you. All right, cool, Mackenzie. Let's see, how many products are you currently selling? I've got about 15, actually probably about 20 private label products, and then a bunch of other arbitrage products. Let's see, does your course cover anything for sellers outside the US, like in Canada? So the course is kind of like location non-specific. So you can do it from anywhere in the world. And so if you're in Canada, you would just apply these same exact tactics, but in the Canadian marketplace. Will this stream be on your list? Will this stream be on your list? I'm not sure what you mean by my list. It'll still be uploaded. It'll just be unlisted. Oh, hey, E9744 just joined the course. Awesome, glad to have you in here. YouTube channel, completely new to this online commerce. So I'm looking forward to learning a lot. Yeah, you'll definitely learn a lot. if you go through the program. So I'm glad that you joined. I'm glad to have you in there. Awesome. Problem is, should I get my first product or get the course? Product it is. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a ton of money, and you want to try to just go for it, by all means. But just know that there's a lot of mistakes you can make if you just jump right into it without properly educating yourself first. But if you feel confident, you feel like you know what you're doing, then yeah, sure, you can launch your product right away. Irving, all right, sweet. Irving, yeah, it's right north of here. Out of those 20 private label, how many did you invent? Only a few. So I'm assuming you mean invent, like just make something that no one else is selling. Do you keep changing the PL products? You keep them all the same? I keep them all the same, and I just add more. So if I notice like sales are declining in one, then maybe I'll modify it, and maybe change it a little bit. But for the most part, I just add more products as time goes on. Let's see. Sweet, like what I'm hearing. I'm glad you like what you're hearing too. Let's see, Jordan, in your course, do you recommend any freight forwarders? I'm actually gonna die on stream right now because I'm just gonna, yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna answer like 3 more questions for real. I know I said that like a half hour ago, but I love streaming, but my vocal cords can't handle it. And yes, I do recommend several freight forwarders. So Flexport and like One Trade Logistics are a couple, for sure. General recommendations to save you money. Don't go with what your supplier offered for shipping. Do research for shipping. You can probably find a forwarder that'll ship it a lot cheaper. Just signed up. It's the awesome GeoVision. GeoVision just signed up for the program. Where do you go to request access? The second lecture. It doesn't have a video. It's just like a list of all the different like programs and all the different like add-ons and stuff and all the extensions that I like to use for Amazon. And it's at the top of that. Do it shorter, but do it often so you don't hurt yourself. That's a good idea. Like I said, I'm gonna start doing some webinars, probably twice a week, instead of live streaming. Let's see, name of the program that handles all the transactions automatically. So whenever you sell something, you don't necessarily have to do all the manual clicking labor. Amazon FBA does handles all the transactions automatically. Do you only make purchases with trade assurance? Typically, either trade assurance or PayPal. Let's see. Last question. What's the typical lifespan of a private label product if all goes well and successful? If it's successful, it can last for years and years. I mean, there's products selling on Amazon that have been on there for 8-9 years. Maybe even since Amazon was founded, that are still selling well. So if you pick a good product, then you definitely can sell it forever. Let's see. What kind of course is this? I'm late. So the live stream's getting ready to end, so I'm not going to go through all of like what the course is and stuff. If you're interested in the program, check the link below, and for the next 24 hours you can get 25% off if you use the code 25OFF. So, get into it as soon as you can, because like I said, just for the next 25 hours you can get 25 hours. For the next 24 hours, basically for the next day, you can get 25% off of the sale price. Let's see, hire a stripper to do your live streams for you. Man, you like to hire strippers to do stuff for you, don't you? That's what you really like to do. And scare people, for sure. Let's see, hoping to join your course soon. Awesome. I hope you get in here. Thanks for everything. You guys are all welcome. I'm glad I can get on here and help questions out. So help you guys answer questions and stuff. So I think I'm gonna cut it off here. As far as streaming, so I'm glad everybody came to watch. I'm gonna be working on a video this afternoon. Probably have a new video up on YouTube tomorrow. And of course, if anybody has any requests for videos, just leave them in the chat and I'll go through them. But yeah. Thank you for sacrificing your throat. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm gonna go have some tea and have some lunch, and then I'm gonna get back to work. So for everybody that joined the course, I'm going to be going through that in a second and make sure everybody worked out. So I know that, you know, I got some emails about getting into the program and stuff. So I will definitely be on there helping all my students out this afternoon. I'm working on videos. I'm glad everybody came to watch. So I'll see you guys in my next live stream. And like I said, I'll see you guys in my next video tomorrow. Thanks for everybody for watching. And you're welcome, of course, for doing Q&As. So I will see everybody later. All right, bye.